Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Oscar BEVIS, IFL TV, MTK Global. Absolutely delighted to be joined by Blair The Flair Cobbs via Zoom. Give me that intro.
It is the one and only, the most exciting man in boxing. Woo! Blair The Flair Cobbs, baby.
I want to delve a little bit into the Flair, actually. Obviously, I don't know you personally, but I get the idea that it's perhaps a bit of an alter ego.
Yeah, there's definitely an alter ego. Blair The Flair is everything that you ever wanted to be. Blair The Flair is a superstar. Blair The Flair is a rock star. He comes out, he plays the guitar, he can do it all. He's the phenom, you know. But Blair Cobbs, he's a humanitarian. He loves his people. He loves to please. He loves to give. He loves to be a part of humanity. He's compassionate, and you just have those two egos colliding and clashing together. So what you have is two seamless characters that are completely different. And even in the ring, you'll see two characters in the ring. You have a very technical, artsy type of guy that can box, that can do a lot of things. And then when the pressure's hot, when things ain't going right, when things are pretty tough in there, then you see Blair The Flair come in there and just take over and dominate. You just see nothing but just action-packed performances, just beating and brutalizing the opponent in every way possible, verbally, physically abusive is Blair The Flair.
Do you feel like because of this sort of the way you've managed to highlight yourself, should I say, in the way you have, do you feel like there's a little bit of a target placed on your chin? Everyone wants to be the guy to humble Blair Cobbs.
Hey man, humble Blair The Flair. Blair Cobbs is already humble. You know, it's always been a humbling time for Blair The Flair. I mean, Blair Cobbs, but Blair The Flair needs to be humble.
But do you get where I'm coming from? Do you see why there may be a target placed on your back by other fighters in the division now?
Absolutely. I look forward to it. I look forward to the challenges and rising up to the challenges and overcoming the challenges. And if things don't go right, I love to show people what true inspiration is by bouncing back and becoming better than ever.
Well said. Now, I jumped straight into this interview and we sort of talked about the personality side of things, the whole Flair ego. Would you rather people actually focused on the boxing rather than sort of the personality factor that you bring and focus on the in-ring stuff and your skill set as well?
Either way is great. It doesn't matter to me. I love both parts. See, Blair Cobbs can break down technique and strategy and this and that, and then you got Blair The Flair that don't give a damn. That Blair The Flair just cares about putting on a major performance and just shocking the world one fight at a time. You see what I'm saying? It just flips back and forth, and we can go all day. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about. We can talk about it.
I wish I had this much energy in the morning. Let's talk about you in the ring. Like, how high of an importance do you place on the excitement factor? You've got a nice little KO ratio. We've seen you touch the floor, although it was a bit controversial about a year and a half ago. There's definite intrigue there. How much importance do you place on the fact that you've got to be exciting in the ring as well?
It's very important to be as exciting as possible when it comes to boxing. Nobody likes a dull fight, even though sometimes it calls for it. And that's just part of the game. But it's very important to put on those great performances and give the people something to be great to see. You know, people always talk about how great they are. You know, you have so many fighters that, oh yeah, I'm great. Okay, well, let's see you fight up against some great opposition. You know, let's see what happens when you actually up against great opposition. Let's see what happens when you fall down. What happens when you hit that canvas? You know, what happens when you're faced against adversity? Because that's where true greatness is won. And I just want to be able to show people and acknowledge what real greatness is, just like Muhammad Ali before me, and many others great fighters before me. And we live in a time period where everything is about statistics and numbers, and oh, he's undefeated this and he's undefeated that. I want to be greater than that, you know, and be better than that, and bring the sport back to what it truly is about. And it's about putting on great performances. It's about the entertainment, and it's about showing people true inspiration. This is the only sport where you can truly see true inspiration. You know, when it comes to politics, when it comes to race, when it comes to culture, when it comes to ethnicity, it's a lot going on in boxing. You know, it's hard. I don't even know what boxing is. I don't even know what boxing is. Is boxing a sport? It could be. Is boxing politics? It could be.
It gets all of these things into one. I know what you mean. There's boxing, there's politics, and I know where you're coming from.
There's entertainment. There's so much.
Yeah, it's a mad business, and look, so far you've got that personality factor, you've got that skill set. So I think we can say you're doing well. I do just want to highlight one thing actually before I talk about the welterweight division, because I think you're living a childhood dream of many people, including myself. Bringing that Ric Flair, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels fight kit. I've seen it.
Yeah.
WWE fans, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Are you just a big WWE fan with a boxing license?
You know what? When I came out to the scene of boxing, I said I was going to do it the way I wanted to do it. You know, growing up as a young child, I like, one of the biggest inspirations of like anything when it came to fight was the WWE world, and just how they put on a performance and captivated an audience, and it was mind blowing at the time when I was young. It's just seeing you know all these great performers and great characters, and I want to bring that to boxing. Boxing is become dull, it's become boring, it's become something where it's all about statistics. Okay, you gotta this is an undefeated fighter. He's got 3 losses, but this guy's supposed to win, and this and this and that. And I want to be greater than that. I want to be bigger than that. You know, we haven't had a fighter like Blair the Flair since Muhammad Ali. That says something, you know. And each time I get in there, each time I step in the ring, each time I put on a great interview like with yourself, it's inspiring, and it shows character and charisma and true love and dedication to the sport and to entertainment as a whole. So that's the whole bit.
That's brilliant. I mean, boxing's nothing without fans, obviously, and I'm not going to sit here and slate the fans, but you will get people who claim they want these more out there characters like yourself, and then perhaps knock back people for those characteristics as well. So people sort of want a middle ground, but you never really know what people want. So just be yourself and do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah, it just got to a point where I can't really please everyone. You know, I can't really please everyone. And the biggest problem right now, we have 2 sides. There's 2 sides. You have boxing faithfuls. They love boxing. Everything is about statistics. Everything is about, ooh, this guy's style, how he boxes, and this and that. And that's great. You know, they're never going to be truly satisfied unless you're perfect, you know, and God forbid if you're perfect. That's boring. Nobody wants to see Mayweather, man. Like, that fighting is getting on my nerves. It's driving me crazy, you know. But then you have the other side, which is like, you know, the people that they only tune into big fights. They only tune in if there's something bigger than boxing. And I want to be able to captivate both for those audience as best as possible, because boxing is not where it could be. You know, boxing is not where it could be. Right now, you have some, like, boxing has some pretty good competitors. You have MMA, you know, you got people doing street brawls, like, you know, so things is not quite the same right now, where boxing could just like be the best out of its own, you know, sport and culture, you know, because people, you know, if things get too dull and people love fighting in general, they could just turn the channel and be done with it. But not with Blair The Flair. So that's what we're doing, man. We're coming in there, woo, action packed and ready to rumble.
Fantastic. The division. Where do you place yourself? Because I've seen you called a prospect before, but you're 30 years old. So you've also got that wise head, that experience. Where do you sort of place yourself on this welterweight scale, if there is one?
Okay. So let's see if we got a scale, and like we got like the top 10 tier opponents. Boom, 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 boom. And where's Blair The Flair? Right up here. There's a good space between me and everybody else right there. This is where Terrence Crawford is. This is where I am, right there. You know, and when I get a world title, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty tough to even say, hey, let's do a 50-50. No, I don't think so, because Blair The Flair is the one that's putting all the butts in the seats. And Blair The Flair is the most exciting man in boxing. So we're definitely going to have to negotiate how we deal with that, you know. But as a total package, I believe that I am. And it's just one of those things where it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I'm completely dedicated to my craft. I'm working extremely hard. I'm extremely disciplined, and I'm constantly evolving and getting better. You know, each fight I take, you know, whether it's a big show, whether it's a good show or a bad show or whatever, each fight that I take is getting me closer and closer and better and progressing. I'm not claiming that I'm perfect. I'm claiming that I'm the most exciting man in boxing, God damn it. So, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.